My boyfriend ditched me at a wedding until someone said she deserves better. He ruined everything. Wyatt begged me to come to his cousin's wedding for 3 weeks straight. He promised he would introduce me to his whole family and make me feel included, but the second we walked into the reception, he saw his old college roommates at the bar. He literally let go of my hand mid-sentence and ran over to them. He started chugging beers and excitedly telling them about his new gaming computer. "Are you seriously abandoning me already?" I yelled after him, but he acted like he didn't hear me. I found our table myself and sat between his deaf grandma, who kept calling me by his ex-girlfriend's name, and his uncle, who kept talking about his kidney stones. Wyatt was across the room letting his buddy pour vodka straight into his mouth while everyone filmed it. The bride's brother sat down in Wyatt's empty seat holding 2 plates of food. "I figured I would bring you some food since your boyfriend has been at the bar for 30 minutes, he said. "I'm Simon." He set 1 plate in front of me. "Thank you. That's really sweet," I said. "I have been watching you sit here alone for 20 minutes while he acts like he is still in college." Simon shook his head while watching Wyatt try to chug an entire bottle of champagne. "Yeah, he gets like this when his friends are around," I said, embarrassed. "I hate when guys like him bring beautiful women to weddings then act like they came alone. It's so messed up." He looked right at me when he talked instead of at his phone, and I realized I'd forgotten what that felt like. A real man would be showing you off to everyone here, not playing with the groomsmen. The way he said it wasn't trying to impress me, just stating facts, and that made it hit harder. "I don't think he's shown me off to anyone in months," I said quietly. When the DJ called couples to dance, Simon held out his hand while Wyatt kept drinking. Nobody should sit alone during the couples dance, especially not in that dress. I looked at Wyatt, who hadn't even glanced my way once, then back at Simon, who was treating me like an actual person. "You know what? You're right," I said, and took his hand. While we danced, I realized this was the first normal conversation I'd had in months. Simon asked about my job and actually listened to the answer without interrupting. He remembered details I mentioned and asked real questions about them instead of just nodding. "I can't remember the last time someone asked me about my work and actually wanted to hear the answer," I said, shocked by how sad that sounded out loud. I thought about how Wyatt forgot my birthday last month but threw his gaming chair a funeral when it broke. "He doesn't even realize what he is doing, does he?" Simon said as another song started. "Guys like him think girlfriends are accessories they can put down and pick up whenever. I think you know you deserve better than that." Another slow song started and more couples joined the floor, but Wyatt was still at the bar doing shots with his friends like this wasn't a family wedding. The difference between him and Simon was hard to ignore. Simon had introduced me to 3 of his relatives in 5 minutes. Wyatt still hadn't introduced me to anyone since we arrived 2 hours ago. One of Wyatt's friends must have pointed us out because I saw him laughing and elbowing Wyatt. Wyatt's face went from drunk and happy to pure rage. He started stumbling toward us and almost knocked over the wedding cake table. His fists were clenched and his face was turning red from anger and alcohol. The bride saw him coming and tried to calm him down, but he pushed past her. Other guests were starting to notice the drunk guy storming across the dance floor. Simon saw him coming and stepped slightly in front of me. "Your boyfriend just remembered you exist, and he doesn't look happy about it," Simon said calmly. "Oh my god, is he seriously about to do this?" I said, feeling my whole body tense up. Wyatt was getting closer and people were pulling out their phones to record. The DJ actually turned the music down when he saw what was about to happen. "What the hell are you doing dancing with my girlfriend?" Wyatt screamed when he reached us. The whole reception went quiet and everyone turned to watch. Simon stepped forward and said, "I'm just treating her like she exists, which is more than you have ever done." Wyatt grabbed my wrist so hard it hurt and tried to pull me away. "She's mine and we are leaving right now before I beat your ass," he slurred loudly. "Get your hands off me," I shouted, trying to pull away. Simon immediately pushed Wyatt's hand off me while the bride ran over looking ready to murder her cousin. "Wyatt, you're wasted and ruining my wedding," she yelled. Multiple family members appeared and grabbed Wyatt's arms when he tried to swing at Simon. "Baby, please, I love you so much," Wyatt started begging while they were dragging him toward the exit. "You're my everything. I need you to come with me right now." I actually laughed because 5 minutes ago he didn't even know where I was sitting. Outside in the parking lot, Wyatt tried to apologize. "I was just excited to see my boys, but you know you mean everything to me," he begged. "You introduced me to 0 people tonight," I said. His mouth hung open like he just realized what he did wrong. "Simon introduced me to 5 people as someone worth knowing in 10 minutes." I handed him his apartment key and went back inside to find Simon.